Good morning. It's Dr. Ashley Romanchuk. I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I am teaching this class on focused breath every day, weekdays at 8 a.m. All are welcome. That means 7 a.m. if you're a coastal person. But that's okay, you know, I just woke up 15 minutes ago. I have time to drink some water and brush my teeth. And this class is great to do right when you wake up. It's ideal even if you're still in bed. I have done years of breathing, which is basically pranayama in yoga. And I did a lot of my breath work from just waking up first thing in the morning. That's how I really created discipline for myself, is I would stay in bed for an hour. I'd immediately open my windows, which is something I suggest you all do so that you have fresh air. And I suggest you do that in your house, throughout your house, every day, pretty much. This class, my title is a naturopathic doctor, and I am licensed and practicing in Alberta and British Columbia. However, none of what I say has anything to do with naturopathic medicine. I've got a lot of knowledge, but this is essentially yoga, and just because of law, I have to say, you know, I'm not giving treatment or so forth. We live in this funny country where people want to, well, some people seem to try to take advantage of people through the legal system and being able to sue people for ridiculous things. So, crazy country. I'm trying to currently find, so I have books upon books of my studies, and I thought it would be interesting to start the class with some knowledge. Why not? Okay, first of all, take a big morning stretch. If you are seated on a yoga mat, I suggest sitting on a cushion. Be with comfortable clothes, especially that are warm, and please open your windows. You're breathing, you want fresh oxygen in. If you're laying in bed, awesome. Where are your hips? Where are your sacrum? Where is your sacrum? Is it against your bed? Is one of the sides of the sacrum? It can be at a tilt. And where the sacrum sits, the spine sits. So I also do practice craniosacral therapy. And basically, when we are breathing, we are expanding our cranial bones and our sacrum. Like, our entire spine can start to shift and move. It is very important that while we're breathing, that we are conscientious of where our body is sitting. So if you're sitting on a mat, have your sit bones both planted into the ground, both at even spots. Sometimes one can be ahead of each other. Make sure they're evenly. Make sure one of the ears, I'm just going to call it the ears for the public, of the hip are not forward or back, because what happens is, let's say the hips go this way, the shoulders will compensate by going this way. So we want to have alignment, and this is really important. Let's just start by breathing in through our nose and focusing on our breath. And then breathing out through our nose. So breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Do not force the breath, let it be natural. Just notice where your body's at. Do some neck stretches, so your ear to your shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. The other way in. You can look down, so eyes to your armpit is the word for this. Just very gentle, do not force. Okay, to the other armpit. Some yeses, some no's. Some duck neck. So if you've not been to a class of mine before, the duck neck is basically you're moving on the horizontal plane and forward and back. And it strengthens the muscles around your cranial, your head, holding your head on your spine. Bring your head with your chin back. That stretches some muscles for some people. That's a good thing. Breathe in through your nose. Out. Through your nose. Some of you need to sigh because you might have some stress. Let's do some sighs on the breath out. So in through the nose. Ah. I don't have a ton of stress in my life, which is a good thing. It's ideal. You don't want to. Did once upon a time. I definitely need those sighs. I once upon a time. Oh yes. So stretching the shoulders is another good way to stretch. It's needed in the spine. Okay. Okay, we're going to go into this different breath work. I still don't believe it's traditional pranayama. I learned it from a naturopathic doctor in Vancouver, but it's a great way to oxygenate the breath. So those that are here for oxygenating the breath during this time of this pandemic of wearing these masks, this one's a great one, and it's so simple. So we're going to breathe in through our mouth and let the breath out through our mouth. In breath, relax. It does retrain the diaphragm and the nervous system. Don't force the breath out, just relax and it goes out. I'm going to do this for quite some time, so just pay attention to your breath in. Breath in, breath out. Breath in. I'm going to leave it up to you to keep doing this breath. Simple breath in through the mouth, let it out through the mouth, in through the mouth, let it out through the mouth. I'm going to be right back. All right. Breath in through the mouth. Out through the mouth. I've done breathing classes where I think we do this breath for at least an hour. It's a great breath to oxygenate the blood. Every one of my classes every morning is different. I follow what I wish to follow. So it keeps it changed up too. I'll teach some yoga as we go. So the proper name for focus breath, I want you all to still be breathing through the mouth, out through the mouth while I'm speaking. Don't lose connection with your breath, because that's what this class teaches. Your mind on your breath. When this is knowledge of yoga, thousands of years of yogis doing this. When the breath wanders, the mind is unsteady. The entire point of yoga, the highest form of yoga, is to have the mind completely steady. That means no thoughts. It's not going to drift off to think about something. And you sit into meditation, and this is how you get into the real magic of yoga and healing your body. When your mind is thinking, your nervous system's on, and your body is not healing. You need your mind to be very, very relaxed. It's called into somatic state for your body to heal and rejuvenate. And that's how these yogis look so much younger than they are, including myself. A lot of people think I'm 10 years younger than I am. Okay, so when the breath wanders, the mind is also unsteady. When the breath is calm, the mind is stilled. How we calm the breath is through practice. Practice and practice and practice. And some people can practice for a long time and still not get there. But it matters that they practice. It is said that a still mind brings a long life. So one should learn to control the breath. Prana is like the life force or the breath of life. And then this is traditionally called pranayama. And yama means extension or control. So basically, through breath control, we still the mind and we learn to come to peace with it. Actually, it's really beautiful. So to regulate prana, the breath of life, we regulate the mind. So still do this. Start to notice, like, when you breathe in, I mean, I know the anatomy of the body, but when I was in my anatomy class, my early anatomy classes I went to what's called the Boucher Institute of Naturopathic Medicine. My anatomy teacher would be like, how do you know this? How do you know the things you know? And I knew them all because of yoga. So you breathe in, and you can feel the back of the palate of your mouth. You can feel the air move past. You can actually start to see in your third eye what your back of your mouth looks like, what your throat, because you can feel the cold air move past the structures if you pay attention. And this is where yoga gets really cool, because you would go totally inward. And you know the body, you actually know it. One of the cool things I did is, you're all breathing, breathe in. You can listen to me and still be breathing. Your focused mind is on your breath first. One of the coolest things I did before naturopathic medicine, we also study Chinese medicine, is from yoga, I knew where the acupuncture points were. I'd start pressing on the points, but I didn't know what I was doing. And I did it for years, and then I was studying acupuncture, and I was like, oh my God, these are the acupuncture points. Like, I knew where they were, which is so cool. Like, you really get into the zone and you start to like feel your body. This is all yoga. Yoga is union of mind, body, soul. So you're so in the zone of your body and sensing yourself and experiencing yourself. You can know these ancient knowledge without having to study it. Very cool. So still breathing in. Now, I said this every single class, and I will continue to say this every single class, because the signal is so small for a lot of people. And it's very important. So breathing, because we're using our entire diaphragm very easily, especially first thing in the morning. Always a good idea to drink a glass of water first thing in the morning, and then breath work, you probably have to drink more water. Breathing will very quickly give the signal, it should give the signal that you need to go to the bathroom. And what a lot of people developed in younger years, especially if they had a mother that didn't remind them, if they had gone, you have to remind your children to go poop, they have to go poop every day. And I learned this in naturopathic medicine school, that it's a signal that the brain can turn off, and then people have problems with constipation, and some don't go to the bathroom. Number 2, every day, and you need to go at least once a day. Ideally, you're doing great if you're going 3 times a day with 3 meals a day. But I'm really going to focus on that too with this breath work, because you should definitely have the signal. And what yoga ultimately trains is that you're in touch with yourself first. That's really important. So what I'm basically going to remind people of is always, like, if you don't have to go to the washroom because of this class, I'm going to be quite surprised. And the second that signal comes up, instead of suppressing it, go, okay, this class is on every morning, weekdays, 8 a.m., Mountain Standard Time. I love breathing. I could do this. I could sit in breath work and meditation all day. Okay, I'm advanced yoga in that way. A still body and a still mind. And I will be teaching this class for a long time because I love it. This is my passion. Like, I'm a yoga person. I don't even know what you want to call me. Before I'm a naturopathic doctor, that's for sure. Yoga is my passion of life. I've studied it for 20 years. I'm still studying. I practiced it mostly. There's different yogis, some study it and have all the knowledge, and there's some that have practiced it. I've the one that has practiced it. I understand a lot. And yes, going and evacuating your bowels is so very important. Drink water. Don't wait. Also, if you're tired in this class, lie down. If somehow breathing makes you dizzy, lie back down. If you're hungry, go eat some fruit. This uses a lot of energy. Fruit is a very good food to supply natural fruit sugar, which is needed. Breath work will eventually regulate the metabolism, regulates the digestive system, heals the body in so many ways. Oh my God, it's such a good, and yoga in the West has mostly been taught through asana, asana, some might say, which is a limb of yoga. And the whole purpose of this is to actually get seated into meditation. So people go to these classes, but then they're not sitting in meditation after, and that's kind of not really yoga. Okay, so still breathing in through the mouth. I've been talking a lot in this class. Some of these classes I'll just be quiet. Some of them I'll talk more. This one's, we're going to go in through the nose. We're going to hold the breath at the top of the inhale. Tongue against the palate, the roof of the mouth, behind the 2 front teeth. And then we're going to let it out through the nose, and we're going to hold it at the bottom of the exhale. And at the very top of the inhale and the very bottom of the exhale, there is a very important place of stillness and peace. And what I would like everybody to really do and learn is to attune to this place. And better yet, if you take this breath into your real life, in a real practice yogi, they're focused on their breath when they're out doing things in real life. I did this for years. I did that throughout my entire medical school or Western naturopathic medical school. I paid attention to my breath first while I was sitting in lectures, and it keeps your mind still, it keeps you calm, it keeps you really healthy. And when you're always practicing stillness and peace, which is found at the top of the inhale, pause, bottom of the exhale, pause, you're essentially practicing stillness and peace with your entire being. And in that way, you're bringing stillness and peace to wherever you go. So one learns, and this is yoga, you can change the world. You can change the entire world by mastering yourself and practicing your own energy. You practice peace, gratitude, love, ultimately divine love, compassion. These are all practices. Okay, so we're going to breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. Really, really, really feel the pause at the top of the inhale. The pause at the bottom of the exhale. Notice this place of stillness and peace. This will change your entire nervous system. Breathe in through the nose. Pause. Breathe out through the nose. Pause. Breathe in through the nose. Pause. Breathe out through the nose. Pause. Do this a few more times. Breathe in through the nose. Okay, we're gonna do Ujjayi breath again, which I taught, I think, yesterday. It's the breath of the seashore. And it's in through the nose and out through the nose, but it really moves our life force energy. You can do this. It's a safe breath to do all the time. I did it for years, quite regularly. Like I do it in places where people wouldn't be annoyed or something because there is some sound to it. So the inhale and the exhale is through the nose, and there's a slight constriction of basically the throat and the soft palate. So let's say all of this, and I'm just going to show it. And this is how, with your eyes closed, you will pay attention because it will sound like the ocean coming in and then going out. And that's why it's called the breath of the seashore. It totally sounds like that. And it's your breath of life, your ocean of life coming in, going out. You become the ocean if you pay attention with this breath. It's so, like yoga is, it opens your third eye. It is so magical. Oh my goodness. So, okay. Okay, so your tongue's up at the roof of your mouth behind your teeth. Your jaw's together, but very relaxed. And it's kind of like a, like that. You'll get used to it. Kind of how somebody, like they're not quite snoring, but they're in a very deep breath of sleep. Okay, so this breath activates the nadis, which is basically the Ayurvedic or Vedic way of saying the meridians. So we've got these meridians in Chinese medicine, and we've got these nadis. They're the same in the Vedic system. This breath calms the mind and the body. It improves concentration. It tones all of the internal organs, and it increases internal body heat. Okay, so we're going to do this breath for several minutes, so everybody just focus on the breath. Okay. So, since I've been talking a lot in this class because I've got my books of knowledge here, I'm going to share some knowledge from the Rig Veda, which is essentially the Vedic texts, if you could put them into English, Vedic texts, are the book of knowledge. Okay, so they're the ultimate knowledge. It is my belief system that all of the religions have been created from the Vedic texts. I do believe that Jesus Christ, he, from what I know, was Israeli, was a rabbi, and I believe he went to India and studied yoga and brought back the teachings of yoga. They're very similar. The Bible is very similar to the Upanishads. Lots of teachings that are very similar, and I think it's all of yoga, which he was trying to teach. And the thing is about yoga is you have to practice it, okay? You can't just go and read these texts and not practice it. And that's where there's this disconnect between a lot of the Christian world and the actual teaching. Like, I don't know, some people I've met that are religious people can be some of the most judgmental people I've ever met in my life. And I'm like, hey, isn't it in the Bible that you're not the one to judge? That's not your judgment, right? That's God's. You let somebody be, you're supposed to just love them. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? And just for knowledge, I am Orthodox, Christian, baptized, Greek Orthodox. So I'm not against Christianity at all. I'm the, I guess, under the top of the Christian church where Orthodox came. Orthodox Christianity is the teachings of Jesus Christ. Anyways, the Rig Veda, what it says is the human body is the temple of God. And one who kindles the light of awareness gets true light. The sacred flame of your inner shrine is constantly bright. The experience of unity is the fulfillment of human endeavors. The mysteries of life are revealed. Some of these breath techniques have different names, but we're going to do very simple. It's called alternate nostril breathing. It's also called Nadi Shodhana or Anuloma Viloma. And I've taught this before, so you've got your pinky and your ring finger to your left nostril, your middle and your pointer finger to your third eye, and your thumb to your right nostril. And we're going to breathe in for 4 through the right nostril, then we plug with the left nostril plugged. So we're only breathing in through the right nostril. And then we plug the right nostril, unplug the left nostril, and we breathe out for 4. And then we repeat this. We'll breathe in through the left nostril with the right nostril plugged. Immediately plug the left nostril, unplug the right nostril, and breathe out through the left or right nostril for 4. Hence, alternate nostril breathing. What this does is it balances the 2 sides of the body. So masculine side, feminine side, yang, yin, mental, emotional, hot, cold. We do live in a realm of duality, and to balance this, we have Nadi Shodhana. So we're going, okay, plug the left side of the nostril with your pinky and ring finger, middle and pointer finger on your third eye. Thumb goes onto your right nostril, but we're going to breathe in through the right nostril at this time for a count of 4. Keep your tongue up against the root, the palates of your mouth, the roof of your mouth, behind your 2 front teeth. Plug your right nostril, unplug your left. Breathe in through your left. Plug your left nostril, unplug your right. Breathe in through your right. Plug your right, unplug your left. Do it your own time. Breathing in through your right. Breathing out through your left. Breathing out through your right. Okay, do it your own time. Okay, we're going to take some regular breaths through both nostrils and out through both nostrils. Or you can do it out through your mouth, which you feel is good. Go for it. Notice the difference, because it should be a difference. I also want to say, when you're doing any of these breath movements, especially the Nadi Shodhana, if your cranial bones are moving because you've got instability through your cervical spine, that's all right, okay? I have unfortunately developed instability, and I trust that through breathing, my cranial bones will move the way that they need to, and I know that they will. I unfortunately was in a huge car accident where I was hit by a drunk driver, a T-bone situation. My head broke the window, and then I proceeded to have a lot of chiropractic work done, which caused me more harm, in my opinion. I'm not a chiropractor person. Occasionally it can be good, not all the time. Too much of it can create too much movement in the spine. So when I'm breathing, I'm getting a lot of like clunking, and that's basically my cranial bones moving, and that's okay. So when that first started to happen for me though, I was terrified. I like breathe in and it felt like my spine was crickly crackling, and that scared me because I didn't know if it was safe, but it's totally safe, and your spine will readjust. Your body is so freaking intelligent, so trusting it is so important, okay? I'm going to end this class with our one form of our detoxifying breath. So this is using this muscle here I've talked about, like a drum. We're breathing out and letting the diaphragm recoil, passively bringing air back in. So the focus is on breathing out through the mouth. Simply follow me. It's a breath that you get better at, as all the breaths are with practice. Breathe in, breathe out. Dries out the inner channel, so re-moisturize the mouth. Take a sip of water. You are using this breath, or this muscle that is just below your belly button. Second round, we're going to breathe it out through the nose, so focus on the out breath. It will passively come in. This is retraining the diaphragm, okay? For those of you that need to leave, thank you so much for joining. This is a class by donation. Donation is by e-transfer to my email, Romanchuk@gmail.com. Please donate what you can afford. I suggest a $10 per class donation or $100 per month. Email is akromanchuk@gmail.com, akromanchuk.com. I thank you very much. For those wishing to finish up the class with me, we're going to do some Om, the original mantra, the only mantra you actually need to know. Okay, this has to come from your will. Don't do it if you just feel like, oh, I'm going to join in. It's like, wait till that potential energy of your truth inside you wants to go to kinetic energy, which becomes the Om. Om is AUM. There is different states of it. Practice it. You can't really do it wrong. I mean, you can in a way, but it's a practice as well. Okay. Sit in meditation for a few minutes. You can sit for an hour. Good for In meditation, you can practice to send waves of love out into the universe, and it does. Emanates from your body and it goes all over. And you may not think that you're doing anything, but you're doing great. So when you can get to a place of total stillness within, completeness, start to send the waves of love, gratitude, joy, bliss, peace. And it's like this giant wave. I love you. I love you. Namaste. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Peace.